Real Madrid respond to Man United interest. Manchester United's interest in signing Aurelien Tchouameni has sparked an immediate response from Real Madrid as the summer window draws nearer, Fabrizio Romano reveals. Midfield monster. The Red Devils are on the hunt for a successor to Casemiro as the Brazil international is set to leave Old Trafford at the end of the season. Despite turning 34 in February, the former Madridista has enjoyed a resurgence under interim boss Michael Carrick, having been restored to a double pivot alongside Kobbie Mainoo. While his legs have clearly gone, Casemiro's abilities with his feet and threat with his head have seen him roll back the years to retain his place as one of the Premier League's best enforcers. It will require a defensive midfielder with a complete skill set to properly replace him, with Elliot Anderson seen as the first choice target. Competition will be fierce for the Nottingham Forest maestro, however, as Manchester City are understood to be leading the charge to secure his signature this summer. Other operators in the Premier League are also on United's radar, such as Sandro Tonali, Carlos Baleba and Adam Wharton. However, each player poses an issue, be it stylistically or financially relative to their skill set. This has forced Iron EOS to look towards Spain, an option to bolster the stalling engine room, with Tchouameni a long-term target at Old Trafford, dating back to his early days in France. Former teammate Chema, Andreas, has described Tchouameni as the world's best defensive midfielder. Lofty praise indeed, but apt for the undisputed starter of Real Madrid and the French national side. The 26-year-old is an imposing shield for the defence, possessing a powerful frame and outstanding aerial abilities, an important trait for Casemiro's replacement. While he is smart and neat on the ball, progressing play from deep is not one of his strengths. This is understood to have led Los Blancos to consider more technical reinforcements in midfield, with Manchester City's Rodri the top target and Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez an alternative. In order to prize either player from their respective club in England, Real are believed to be considering the sale of an existing option, such as Tchouameni or fellow Frenchman Eduardo Camavinga, to fund a raid. This has sparked hope in the red half of Manchester that Pep Guardiola's maestro may leave the Etihad and Tchouameni arrives in M16 to make space for the Spaniard at the Bernabeu. A transfer merry-go-round that strengthens United and weakens City. Final thoughts. Romano rules out an exit. Romano has poured cold water on the prospect of seeing the France international are a red shirt next season, however. Speaking on his YouTube channel, the Italian transfer expert confirms the Red Devils are in the market for important names in midfield, with Iron EOS plan being to sign to from their wish list. Romano reveals there are some players they really like, including Tchouameni, who is appreciated, but goes on to state there is no indication of any intentions for Madrid to sell their prized assets. It seems if United want to find the heir to Casemiro this summer, they have little hope of recreating the trick which saw the Brazilian arrive at Old Trafford in the first place. Manchester United appreciate Real Madrid midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni ahead of the summer transfer window, with Fabrizio Romano issuing an update on the situation. With Man United edging closer to securing a place in next season's Champions League, they can undoubtedly look at a high caliber of transfer target with the ability to offer them football playing with Europe's elite, something they have been unable to do since the 2023-24 campaign. The Red Devils took a giant step towards sealing their place in the competition, following their 1-0 win against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Saturday night, with the Blues' follow-up defeat to Brighton and Hove Albion on Tuesday night, meaning Michael Carrick's side have an 8-point advantage over the 6th-place Eagles. It has been well documented that a top 5 finish will be enough for Champions League football for next term, and United also have a game in hand on the South Coast side as they look to secure the finish they need as soon as possible. Behind the scenes, Jason Wilcox and senior United officials will be working on potential transfer targets, with Tchouameni emerging as a potential ambitious target in recent days. While United have reportedly been focusing on players with Premier League experience, such as Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson, Brighton and Hove Albion's Carlos Baleba, and Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton, it appears as though are also considering players from abroad too, who they think could significantly improve them. Givmer Sports sources have revealed that Anderson is the club's top midfield target, but the interest of arch-rivals Manchester City in the player could prove to be a problem for the Red Devils. Should they fail to bring in the England international, it remains to be seen whether they pivot to another player who has played in the Premier League, or make a big move for someone who hasn't liked Tchouameni. Speaking on his YouTube channel on Tuesday night, Romano confirmed that United like Tchouameni, but also said that Real have no intention of selling him this summer as things stand. He said, "There are some players they really like. Tchouameni is for sure appreciated, but at the moment, from Real Madrid, they are not receiving any indication of doors being open about a potential exit in the summer transfer window." The tall and physical midfielder is approaching 200 appearances for Real Madrid, with 45 of those outings coming this season as he continues to show his importance to Los Blancos. As well as that, the 26-year-old also has 44 caps for one of the best nations in the world in France, proving the pedigree he would bring to Old Trafford. Tchouameni has been described as the best defensive midfielder in the world by Chema Andres, which means he would fill the huge void Casemiro is about to leave alongside Kobbie Mainoo. Given what Romano has said, a move seems unlikely right now, but the interest itself shows where INEOS want to take United, with Champions League football the next thing on their agenda.